3 workflow failures nearly every maker does cause your project to fail or to extend your project timing because you're losing the focus. And yes, even professional designers do those failures too. I will show you these mistakes and we will set up a better workflow for you and your project. So let's start with failure number 1, and this is to set up the wrong lighting. Lighting is one of the most underestimated things in life, but a good light can give us so much motivation, stays us concentrated and awake during a long work period, and this is essentially for making a good job, while a bad light is doing exactly the opposite. And sadly, this is what I see a million times on a workbench, people switching on a small spotlight with a horrible lighting distribution. So we don't have a bright working bench, we just have one spot which is bright and the rest is in the shadow. And this is absolutely sad for setting up a workbench. So at your working bench, you have to ensure that you have a uniform lighting distribution, that everything has the same brightness. Problem number 2 with the lighting is that the lighting often has the wrong color. So we have warm colors which are really beautiful for a romantic dinner, but for working we have to use cold colors. These cold colors helps us to stay awake and to stay concentrated. So 5000 Kelvin or more is absolutely the key for working. And don't tell me, hey, I don't like the hospital look. Better ask yourself, why is a hospital looking like this? And thing number 3 in the lighting is that it's too dark in most cases. So the brightness needs to reach 300 lux. There are free apps to check your brightness on your working bench. So I would recommend to you to do it because I bet a lot of you have 150 lux or even less, and that falls us asleep during working and we're starting making mistakes and be out of focus. Failure number 2 we do a lot is that we have a bad working discipline, and this is valid for me too, but I have to work every time on it. So we see things like this a lot.
Okay, I got a half hour to go. Let's don't waste time and start directly.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit, got to leave.
What we see here is that I make 2 mistakes in one. The first thing, what I did wrong was the minimum time planning. If you just have half an hour for something to do on your workbench, think about if it's better maybe to spend the time for some research or some purchasing or preparation and use longer time slots when you want to build up something. And the second point you probably figure out is that I did too much things with my smartphone and not really work. And this is something what I also saw a lot of times, that you are not concentrated because your smartphone is ringing or something. So think about, if you go to your bench, do I really need my smartphone or can I turn it off for 2 hours? And you will be impressed how fast you can proceed with your project if you turn off your smartphone. Mistake number 3 is that we are using the wrong tools for the wrong job. I know tools are really expensive, and for sure there are reasons why cheap tools are cheaper than expensive tools. And on the other hand, there are reasons why we just stay with one kind of tool and don't want to buy a lot of tool benches or a lot of tools. But if we want to proceed with our project in a good timing and want to see some progress, and this is what keeps motivated for finishing our project, we have to buy the right tools. Otherwise, we are just doing something without a progress. So yes, it's sad, but spend the money for buying good tools. That will help you on the long term a lot. These 3 tips will not avoid you from making all mistakes, but it will decrease your number of failures a lot, and you will recognize it with the success of your project. If you want to see me making failures, I can suggest you this video here, where you see how I try to build up a car which drives underneath the door. See you there.